Hey, so have y'all seen the news with the Carnival Ship? Here's the information. So it says Carnival Ship hits pier during high winds, leaving behind um, Carnival guests. The Carnival Magic has hit the pier in Jamaica and was required to move out to sea, leaving some guests on shore. And then in the article that I'm reading, which is from the cruise hive, it says what will happen next. So here are some of the pictures of some of the guests that's already on the ship. And let's see here. Here's them, going ahead, and some of the people, oh, some of the employees, the it just slipped my mind what they're called. It'll come to me in a minute. The staff, the people who work on the ship, that's putting on their safety gear. This is where it's showing where it hit the pier and some of the damage to the pier there in Jamaica. I think that was Ocho Rios, and some more damage. And here's some of it. This is a post that I saw on Facebook where it says the Carnival Magic, aka Carnival Tragic, because it seems like something always happened with the Carnival Magic, but that's neither here or there. But it's saying the Carnival Magic, aka the Carnival Tragic, boat a damage update. Of course, right below our cabin. So whoever did this post, that's where they were. It was right below their cabin. You can see the damage there. I'm gonna zoom in. You see that damage right down there, and then they kind of make a joke about it. Hope they have enough flex tape, no icebergs, take out the pier instead. Now they be talking about some of these ships and complaining about them. It's not that bad. People over exaggerate. I have stayed on what they call the poop cruise, the Carnival Sunrise. I think I might have been on the Sunrise twice. I had no issues or no poop situations on it. But anyway, it seemed like somebody, and they found the person. It was without incident, but somebody jumped off the Carnival Magic 3 days ago. I might be wrong. I may be off, but something happened, an incident, maybe 3 days ago. Anyway, so while docking in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, on Tuesday, February 6th, that's today, Carnival Magic impacted and significantly damaged the pier, as y'all saw there. Significantly damaged the pier. There is no word yet. There's no word yet on how severe the damage is, though videos circulating online show the entire structure shifting and intensive broken concrete. The ship may likewise be damaged, but any damage on the vessel is not yet confirmed. And let me show y'all this video. Look at that water and the wind. It's going to start in just a minute. Give me just a second here. Look at that. Carnival Magic. They're in Ocho Rios. And those are the people that's supposed to be on the ship. Let's see if I can play that again with some sound this time. So it's saying that the Carnival Magic was not originally intended to visit Ocho Rio today, but the ship was in fact in port. This is due to the weather-related itinerary change that brought the ship to the port a day earlier than initially planned due to a severe weather system moving across the region. So I heard that there was some harsh winds also in I thought I had another video, but I guess I don't. I heard there was some harsh winds also in Florida, the Florida area. So I guess there's some, wind and stuff that's shifting cruises, and so they shifted the day where they was going to go to Jamaica, and then this end up happening. Unfortunately, the weather still proved to be an obstacle for the ship as strong winds drove the vessel into the dock, causing the intensive damage to the concrete structure. I mean, it had to hit pretty hard.
The pile of my wallet. Yes, Lord.
A short video clip of the incident shows the end of the dock where the refueling equipment is kept on hand, cracking and crumbling under the pressure from the ship's impact. The rest of the ship dock structure likewise shifts somewhat as the ship pushes against it. There is no word as to whether or not the ship was damaged. Well, we saw some on that picture I saw. In the impact, though at least cosmetic damage, scratches or minor dents on the hull are avoidable or unavoidable. No injuries have been reported. And I checked back just a few minutes ago before I started the video, and there has not been any injuries. And I'm still trying to figure out if those people that they said they left, if those people were able to get back on that ship. The shipmaster's captain, Lafrenia, did reach out to guests to alert them to the situation as crew members were called to the muster stations. That's what we saw here. Crew members were called to the muster stations to respond to an emergency. Earlier, due to strong winds, the ship made contact with the pier, impacting a small area of the vessel. The notification read, "These winds conditions are making it unsafe for us to remain docked. So, for safety reasons, it was necessary for us to sail out to sea. Because of a number of guests were on shore enjoying Ocho Rios at the time, it was necessary for those passengers to be left." Shipwrecked to be left was necessary for those passengers to be left behind as the ship moved away from the damaged dock. Can you imagine? You just chilling on the port and you watching your ship that you're on just sailing on out back to the sea, and you looking at your watch and your clocks and things. They are not left behind at the port in the same manner as if they had missed the boarding time, however. We are now in contact with our local partners and our fleet operations centers, and we are working through plans to get our guests who are ashore back on board as soon as possible. So I've been checking back and forth because I wanted to do this video once those people was back. The ones they had to leave was back on the ship, and it's about 8 o'clock and I haven't gotten any word that they're back. Winds near Jamaica today are from the north to west, steady at speeds of 17 knots. That's about 20 miles per hour, 31 kilometers per hour. From that direction, the winds would have been pushing broadside on the ship along the docks in certain considerable force to move the vessel into the dock structure. It was just knocking that big old huge ship around like it was a rag doll. At the time, there was no confirmation of whether the cruise ship may be able to move back into position to reboard the guests, or the smaller boats may be used to bring the passengers onto the ship. Another option may be for the Carnival Magic to move to Montego Bay, 62 miles, 100 kilometers west, to reboard the guests who would be shuttled from Ocho Rios to Montego Bay, and that would be a 2-hour drive through certain cities, I'm sure with lots of security. On her revised itinerary, Carnival Magic was scheduled to be docked in Ocho Rios from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesday, February 6th, Wednesday, and will now be a day in Grand Caymans. That's my favorite place. I love the Grand Cayman. It's just a little island, ain't much there. I just love it. I really love their beach there. Thursday a day at sea, and Friday visit. I always pronounce this right. But Bimini. Anyway, that's a place in the Bahamas. It's spelled Bimini. Y'all can go ahead and correct me in the comments. I know you will. If there are no further weather-related itinerary adjustments, or if there are no changes are needed due to this incident, Carnival Magic is due back in Miami on Saturday morning to begin debarkation at 8 a.m. A full investigation into the collision will be initiated, and both the ship and pier will be thoroughly inspected for structural soundness, operational capability. Undoubtedly, part of the pier will need to be closed while repairs are made, though there are no confirmation yet whether that may impact visits from additional ships in the coming days. In addition to Carnival Cruise Line, ships from Holland American Line, MSC Cruise, Norwegian Line, TUI Cruises, and Coastal Cruises are all scheduled to visit Ocho Rios throughout February. As the busy season for the cruise visits to Jamaica, it may be challenging to accommodate multiple ships if the pier damage is too intensive or cannot be repaired to safely dock vessels. Those piers have to be real strong, real sturdy. Can't be having no structural damage to hold to hold um, those those big old ships, of course, those big vessels. It's important to note that Carnival Magic remains safe with all hotel operations functional at this time, and guests on board are in no danger. Some services have been temporarily suspended as crew members are called to emergency duties, but will resume as soon as possible. And this ship, the Carnival Magic, is 130,000 gross ton Dream class Carnival Magic. It's currently home ported in Miami. It offers 6 to 8 night Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises and occasional Southern Caribbean itineraries. She can welcome 3,690 guests aboard the double occupancy and as many as 4,724 passengers when fully booked. Also on board over 1,300 international crew members. This particular sailing, the February 4th departure for a 6-night sailing, the theme Ship Rock Cruise, the Dark Lord Count Von Scully, hosting the amazing lineup rock artists, theme nights, and more for the undead theme selling. Well, that's a pretty interesting name for theme selling. So there you have it. As it says here, water is too rough. Ship has to leave us in Jamaica. They are shipwrecked there in Jamaica. So hopefully they were able to get back on that ship before it got too late there in Jamaica. Hopefully they didn't have to take them all the way to Montego Bay to get back there in Jamaica. I'm wondering where they would have picked them up in Montego Bay. I'm sure it would have been somewhere. Anyway, that's the information. This is Cruiser. Please like, share, and subscribe. Drop down in the comments and tell me what you think.